where I'm from, the indication that the season is changing is the leaves fall off the trees or the leaves start to change colors. Here it's, are there people on the road?
Yeah.
And it's a different thing for me coming from the Midwest, but it really is like something that a lot of the locals celebrate personally, and then there should be an event where everyone comes together and celebrates that.
You're listening to Everybody Loves Naples, an unfiltered and educational podcast about living in Southwest Florida. We're your hosts. My name is Natalie Perez-Benatoa.
My name is Lance Martinicchio. From the best restaurants and things to do to our local real estate market, we're sitting down with local business owners and community leaders to provide a deeper understanding of what makes Naples, Naples.
Now let's get the show on the road. Welcome back to Everybody Loves Naples. I am super excited for this one today. We've got Morgan Layton and Matt Young with the canoe races. I mean, you have other things.
Great canoe races, Natalie.
The Great Canoe Races of Naples is making a comeback, and these two are some of the driving force behind it. So we're going to get the whole scoop. But first, I want to kind of know more about you two individually. Like, what do you do? I know you have YPN things going on, but Morgan, do you want to kick us off with?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, everybody loves Naples, obviously.
Hey.
But, I moved down here 2 years ago from Chicago, and I work with a recruiting firm that works remote. So, do a lot of local searches recently, actually. So, just did the CFO search for the Botanical Garden.
Oh, nice.
And I'm working on the CFO search for Gulf Shore Playhouse right now, and an advancement officer search for them also.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Naples
then
Design District.
That's right.
Yeah, and then I joined Young Professionals of Naples, and that's how I met this guy right here, and we've been partnering on stuff ever since. So
I mean, I feel like you're at every event I go to. I see you.
yeah, we saw each other. We first met at the Run Club. I was trying to think about that.
Bayshore.
Bayshore Run Club.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah.
And then at another race.
Yeah, like four. I've seen you like
The
four
half?
different runs. Since
Yeah.
then.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. And just now it's a friendly face, so it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And Matt, Young Forever?
Young forever. And, I've been joking that YPN, Young Professionals of Naples, I'd like to make an apostrophe there. And Young's Professionals. I just
Yeah.
kind of claim it.
there
But I'm
you
not
go.
doing that.
Branded.
So I'm originally from Tampa. I grew up Florida side, went to school in Miami. Spent a lot of time abroad doing events and hospitality specifically. COVID kind of changed all those plans. I was in Thailand at the time and had to come home because COVID was a lot worse over there at first. I met my now fiance up in St. Pete. She's a Naples native, if you will, a real Neapolitan.
Yeah.
And when I met her, the joke was I didn't actually know people were from Naples.
Right.
And like, no, we're like third generation Neapolitans.
Yeah.
Like my grandparents are from here. And I said, that's wild. So she brought me down through the COVID times, and kind of the rest is history.
And you stayed.
And we stayed. Yeah. Obviously have a house together now, doing the whole family thing.
That's great.
But 3 years ago, we started the Rose House. That's our private chef and catering service. So we're doing all kinds of private events around town, galas. We say dinner from 2 to 200.
Oh, nice.
Brokers opens.
Hey.
Yeah.
Plug.
All kinds
Some
of
of
fun
the
stuff.
some of the stuff they're putting out looks unfreaking believable. My goal is to eventually have one of my events.
I mean, you could have
catered
brought
by
some.
them. Yeah, right.
Come on.
Some
Yeah.
canapes.
Sorry, fresh out. Yeah, we
Or
just
the
threw a
canapes.
huge derby party on Saturday.
Yep.
It was like it was our end of season party, first inaugural annual thing.
Yeah.
Horses, Model T, all kinds of fun stuff, and that was a lift. But
Yeah.
we're excited for how things are moving. Entrepreneurship is always like this.
Yep.
But it's been fun. Yeah.
So you lean more to the entrepreneurship, or do you also cook? Are you a chef?
No, my business partner is the chef.
Okay.
His name is Gavin. Gavin
Okay.
McAvoy. Great
Okay.
guy. Awesome dude.
He's a true serial entrepreneur. He has one of the big ass calendars on his wall with like 5 different jobs that he's all running at one time.
Yeah. When people
Wow.
say, what do you do? It's usually like today
Yeah,
or
right.
yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it sounds like both of you are perfect for this position
Yep.
of bringing the canoe races back.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
ahead,
So tell us how did this idea start?
Yeah.
To actually the canoe races for everyone that is from Southwest Florida. It happens every summer. I lived here in 2006 when I moved down, and it was the biggest event of the year that people knew and everyone went to, and then.
even if
You know-
they didn't actually compete. It
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
no,
right.
it was just
A
more
lot
about
didn't.
going
Good
downtown
community.
and like Bayshore, then going out in a boat to Key Waden, but I don't think anyone really actually went to the actual race part of it.
We've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard that.
So, and then I guess it kind of, as you get older, people stop going, just
Right. Well, and I feel like I've been to both. I mean, I've been to the canoe races, but I've
Yeah.
also been to okay, wait, and either way, the energy in Naples, it just is heightened. And I remember that even as a kid, and then as I grew up, and then I didn't go because I wasn't living here at the time.
Have you
But-
guys ever been to any of the canoe races?
Ashamed to admit, we have
See?
both not been to one of the races. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Just
the
interrupt you.
Yeah, no.
so therein lies the lore of canoe races.
Yeah.
I first heard about it when I was just getting to know Emmy, my fiance, and her mom told me the story of what it was and how
Okay.
every year it's this thing that they always did. And it just immediately clicked that, not a lot of communities have something like that, especially going on 45 plus years. And I've attended festivals in different parts of the
Well, being
world.
from Tampa, right? Gasparilla is the huge thing.
And that's a
Right.
great point. I loved going to Gasparilla growing up. That's a very different scale. Fun facts. 400,000 people come to Tampa just for that event.
Oh my.
It's been happening since 1904. Pirates, invade the
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
They kidnap the mayor, hold them ransom. It's a whole thing. That's not what we're trying to do with canoe races.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Lord.
We could sit here and talk about pirates for about an hour. With
Yeah,
this
I
guy.
got some pirate jokes if you want to hear them, but we'll get there.
We'll take your word back.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So for the people who don't know what canoe races are, it left Naples, or it was done, right? 2021. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, so officially,
Pandemic?
2016 was supposed to be the last one when
Right.
the dock sold.
Yep.
And if you go through the history, this book is really great. It's a really interesting production by Debbie DePascal, the wife of Finn DePascal, who started the whole thing. So 2016 was supposed to be the end, but then another organization, the Junior Gracies of Naples, picked it up. And they ran it for 3 years through till 2019, and then COVID shut
Right.
it down. So parallel timelines, if you will. That's when I first learned about it, reached out, curious about it, understood delay. But then years kept going by and never really got a straight answer as to why this wasn't happening.
But it was always something in the back of your mind. It
Yeah,
seems like.
like it's something I wanted to get involved in. It seemed like the type of event I love doing. Just events have always been kind of part of my life. But finally got a hold of the Rotary Club that was in charge of trying to produce it last year. And they went through the same process, city application, etc. But ultimately were denied because the old location just wouldn't pass the safety standards of today. So too much congestion, not enough parking,
Yeah, I mean,
etc.
if locals talking about parking here for a second. You go to the dock on a busy,
Yeah,
winter
forget it.
night. There's not enough parking for the restaurant alone. So
No.
how would you get another 600 to 1,000 people there?
Which back when it started, everyone was on foot or downtown. They lived there. They had
Yep.
bikes, whatever, and it was a smaller place, less destination for sure. It almost was desolate down there, even when I was growing up, which is like hard to believe. Okay, so continue.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly it. So lots have changed, and the city said, no, you can't do this. So understandably, losing the wind in your sails, why would we
Yeah.
even keep trying? So then I just got elected to the board of YPN as event director, and that was kind of my platform. Was I think canoe races needs to be our thing. Let's give it our best shot. We kind of spammed city council a little bit, city managers, got in touch with Parks and Rec, and then they invited us in to sit down. And they said, hey guys, if you really want to do this, Baker Park is the place to do it. Like, they put up the map, they showed us, like, you could do this, we have parking there, the Gulf Shore Playhouse parking garage should be open by then, and they pitched us.
Yeah.
And we said, like, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Like, I don't see why we couldn't do it. Knock on wood,
Apparently
yeah.
it is. We just had a guest on who is the director of Naples Design District. She said any day now.
Yeah, we've heard
that parking
a
garage.
couple different stories. there.
Literally, I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
She's anyway. Okay.
Exactly. So, in their words, they really want to see Baker Park be like stress tested. Like, let's see, what can we do there?
Yeah.
Can it handle a couple thousand people, plus infrastructure, plus this, plus that? So it's an experiment for all of us, but so far we're full steam ahead.
So, what exactly is your vision for this event? What do you anticipate, and how do you see it all going?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So I think this is a community event. We want this to be for community building, similarly to how it was created was to celebrate the end of season. I was thinking about this earlier, talking with them. Where I'm from, the indication that the season is changing is the leaves fall off the trees or the leaves start to change colors. Here it's, are there people on the road?
Yeah.
And it's a different thing for me coming from the Midwest, but it really is like something that a lot of the locals celebrate personally, and then there should be an event where everyone comes together and celebrates that. This year we've worked hard to make it for a cause, and we've partnered with the Conservancy of Southwest Florida to make sure, we're offsetting the I don't want to say the damage to the waterways, but this is a way for us to focus on conservancy of the habitat that we are enjoying.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then it's 4 parts. So it's not only the races, but it's also a vendor fair, a really big vendor fair. It's going to be a large vendor fair. And then it's going to be live music and a beer garden as well.
And that'll all be a Baker Park.
Yep.
I think it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm
It'll be a
excited
little
to
warm out, but
witness
it's
it.
gonna be fun. Baker Park also has that like water feature that you could run through and and play
my
in the
dog
water.
loves running through that
If you
water.
get a little warm, jump in the.
Is it too late to enter the canoe races?
Not at all.
Yeah, we'll take.
There you go. Natalie,
I mean,
you and Robbie can
Yeah.
jump in a canoe.
Stand-up paddle boards too, right?
Yes.
So tell us which watercrafts we're allowed to bring.
Question. So there's 5 heats. The first one is the paddleboard pro loop. Second one is choose your vessel. So that's anything that floats. That's
Like an inner
man-powered.
tube?
I want to see somebody.
If you want to.
Anything
That's
that
my
floats
event.
that's man powered.
I want to see somebody turn a refrigerator into a little boat. Only because I used to do kayak tours, and during the hurricanes, you'd be surprised how many refrigerators end up in the water.
Yeah.
And it was just this kind of like staple. So I want to see somebody
that'd be
literally
awesome.
paddle it in the race. But that's just a plug. It could be a kayak. It could be really anything. That
For the sake of the conservancy, I'm going to say if your boat does sink, you're on the hook for
you
pulling it out of
do
the
have
water,
to
though.
remove it from the water.
Yeah.
But you can do
Just
like an inner
caveat.
tube and paddle.
Yeah, sure.
Or, I mean, it's not as creative, but
There is a creative
practical.
award. Yeah. So bet most creative will get a little prize.
okay.
So
Are we disclosing the prizes?
not
Not on air.
quite. Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, got to be some mystery here. But we are bringing back the broken paddle award, which is a sportsmanship award that was developed the first year, and just biggest highlight of sportsmanship is going to get a really nice paddle award.
Cool. Okay, so I want to hear more about these heats. First heat is pro paddleboard. Second heat is whatever.
Choose your vessel.
Choose your vessel.
Third is going to be now we switch into the canoe races. It's
Okay.
the first responders heat.
Okay.
So fully sponsored, free to participate. Any Naples PD, fire, EMS, Florida Wildlife Commission, anyone in the area basically can join that. And a part of the reason behind that is we can get a little bit more meta, but I do think we breezed through COVID however best we could have, and didn't spend a whole lot of time acknowledging the impact of that.
Yeah.
So I think a part of what we owe, especially the first responders, is at least a day to have a little
A
fun.
little celebratory.
Yeah.
exactly.
For them and their families. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
Being the first one since COVID, I think it's fair. We do want it to be part of the annual tradition. There's only one award to be won. So whichever station or department wins it, kind of like the Stanley Cup, they get to take it back home, hang it in their shop, get their name
that's pretty
engraved,
cool.
but then they got to pass it on next year.
Yep.
Cool.
Bragging rights for the year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And some of the conversations we've had with first responders already have been really well received, and
Well, they're competitive.
yeah, very competitive.
what we were
and you
looking
see you see the spark in their eyes when we start describing it. So it's fun.
And then the fifth heat?
That goes to pro canoes. So that's the long loop, the 1.3 mile.
So how do you qualify to be a pro?
At this point is willingness.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
I mean,
willingness.
yeah, that's
Yeah, we're
all right.
definitely encouraging anybody who's participated in the past. People do take it very seriously.
Yeah.
It's not quite as long of a distance as I believe it was before. It's 1.3 miles total. We can make it 2 laps if people really want to show their stuff, but I think 1 lap is probably fine. And then the final race of the day is the amateur canoes, and that's the more kind of casual 0.7 mile fun
Okay.
loop, if you will.
Cool.
Nice.
And there's so many different spots at Baker Park to observe the races. I think that'll be neat.
Yeah. So the docks to the north side is probably gonna be your best. The bridge, of course, is fantastic. A couple of hills, but we're gonna try to keep most of it out there towards the northeast side
Yeah.
of the park. And we're encouraging boats to come out. There's plenty of space to set up,
For
to
sure.
dock for the day, drop your anchor, etc.
Yeah, we're having Marine Max showcase a couple boats there also, so it'll be a little bit of like a boat dealership setup.
Well, they're one of the vendors then, I take it.
Yep.
So how many other vendors, are going to be there, and how did you go about, getting those?
Yeah, well, the vendor list is gigantic and growing. I don't even think we could list all of them here sitting down today, but
We'll just scroll them down.
yeah, perfect.
Insert here.
Yeah, right. No, but the biggest partners for us right now are obviously the Conservancy, and they've been such a great help with media and getting the image out there and the information about the race. And then we've partnered also with Naples Botanical Garden, obviously Young Professionals of Naples, and then Marine Max. Who else am I? Minibar has also been extremely helpful.
Naples.
Everybody loves
Everybody
Naples.
loves
Yes,
Naples.
yeah, and we look forward to adding your guys' logo on there as well.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, Minibar's been super helpful as well, and they know
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
a
of the
great spot.
logistical stuff. The owners there are really great.
Yeah, nice.
In the beer garden, tell us a little bit about that. What kind of beers are we serving?
So shout out Suncoast Beverage.
Ooh.
They have a really great nonprofit program where they pretty much supply the trucks, the taps, someone on hand to help out, changing kegs.
Yeah, we use them for Beer Fest.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
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 So we're really excited to work with them. They've been just so easy to work with. We'll have some local brews. So Anchor Lab, who's also hosting our kickoff party this weekend.
Oh, exciting.
Which
Thanks
if you're
for the
airing
invite.
this in a week.
Just kidding.
Yeah, already happened.
Already
Yeah.
happened.
We gotta get
No, you were there. Remember how great
Yeah,
that party
that
was?
was so good.
Yeah.
Turtle season is absolutely the best beer.
Perfect. Yeah,
we already plugged
Anchor
that.
Lab's been great. Excited for that. We'll have some domestics too, Michelob Ultra, et cetera, et cetera.
That's fun.
So yeah, it'll be a
And
nice
who-
little beer garden.
Who's emceeing the event? Just curious.
There's this wonderful guy. His name is Action Jack. He's
Action
been
Jack.
a bit of an advisor for us. He has an amazing career in event production, primarily in
Iron Man's, right?
Ironman production, marathons, the LA Marathon. He helped start Spartan races.
Damn.
He's the guy.
How'd you guys score him?
It's a long story.
Okay, that's another
Serendipity.
Okay.
A lot of it has been very serendipitous, honestly.
Yeah.
That
Just
is
people
so
coming in
awesome.
and be like, how can we help with this?
I
And
imagine it's been well received. Has
Yeah.
there been any negative feedback?
Minor,
Pushback?
yeah. I think it's really just people are shocked by the initial price. And what I like to say is when you're participating in the races, you're also sponsoring a first responder to participate in the races as well. And that's something that we want to make sure everybody knows is this is an event for a cause.
Yeah.
We set a lofty goal for the Conservancy as well. And inflation, things of that nature, things go up. And
I mean,
we can assure you that this is what it costs.
Yeah.
That's the best I could say it.
Right.
everybody loves Naples, and shit is expensive. Get over it. I mean, really, what's the entry fee?
It's $250 per boat.
Okay.
So that's $125 per person. Unless you're a paddleboarder or the choose your vessel, it's $50.
And we're running a promo right now.
Okay.
So the flash sale. And what's the total on
Ends
that?
tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ends May 14th.
We can get maybe one clip out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They're gonna be first. We're gonna put
yeah,
these
we're
guys.
gonna-
We're-
right,
yeah.
So,
Act now. I like
Yeah,
it.
we can get it. Okay.
Yeah, so
Flash
flash
sale.
flash sale is a promo code. Takes it down to $150 per boat. That's our ad cost. They get you the boat. They get you a T-shirt. Gets you your medal. Helps cover some of the other costs.
And you're also like hanging, like if you're not racing or if you've already done your race,
You got
the rest of the feeling of the event, right, is networking, hanging out.
Yeah,
drinking
it's a
some
great
beer.
point. The event is a free event. So it's a open park event.
Yeah.
And we encourage everyone to just show up and watch and walk through the beer garden or the vendor fair and check things out. We would like to do a suggested donation at the door, but not required. And
Yeah.
it's a community event.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
You think it'll be something too where people are just coming out on their boats too and doing the whole key wading thing? And
I'm pretty sure people will go to Key Wading as tradition.
Yep.
That is not our event nor our
that's a
purview.
weekend tradition too,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, what happens out there stays out there, as I'm told.
We're trying to make it so that everyone accumulates at the park, has fun there, and then that's sort of the after party is
Right.
going to Key Wading afterwards.
And I mean, you're close to Bayfront, you're close to Naples Design District. Like there's plenty to do
Yeah.
right, after the event, because the event's at 9 a.m. First race, 9 a.m.
Yep.
How long do you project the races being?
So we asked for a little bit of grace, as this is our first time in Baker Park.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We
None.
have
You
them
get
every
none.
Yeah.
Lower your expectations.
We're gonna be really on point, guys.
Yeah.
We're
'Cause
expecting.
everyone's gonna bitch and complain.
Yeah.
They're gonna bitch and complain regardless,
Oh, of
but
course. Yeah, it's a community event. It's gonna.
yeah,
I always say to my teams, nobody notices when things go right.
that's right.
That doesn't mean they're not grateful. It
Yeah.
just means you don't really notice that things are going smoothly because
Yeah.
they're going smoothly.
Yeah.
There's a hiccup, you're going to hear about it. So I acknowledge that. Based on times of the past, somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes should be your loop. And
Right.
you're taking your time. So it's kind of our gaps every half hour. If we push it a little later, I don't think it's going to offend anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we can expect to be there from like 8:30 to 1:30.
Yeah.
I'd say, so yeah, 1:30 is the award ceremony
Okay.
on the schedule.
Okay.
By 2, I say by 3 o'clock is when we'll start packing up.
Cool. And then the kitchen will be packed by 4 p.m.
Exactly.
Whoever walks over and goes, and I love it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Okay, so
they're
June
working on-
14th. June 14th.
June
right?
14th, Baker
Yeah,
Park.
it's June
Yeah.
14th, Saturday.
Saturday, June 14th. It's coming up.
It is
Flag
Flag
Day.
Yeah, good call from the audience.
It
Oh,
is.
yes. I forgot to mention we have a live audience today. She's very quiet, but she is our favorite.
She was
She's
been
been-
responsible in putting this together. She
Yes.
definitely
Jay's putting a microphone
name
in my mouth.
Is Rachel, and we
face.
love her. And
Jay's putting a microphone in my face.
and we're gonna use it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The fans love an inappropriate comment. Rachel, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Welch.
Hi, Rachel.
She's the
I'm split on how to introduce myself because first and foremost, I work with Compass 6 years. I do national mergers and acquisitions, but I'm also on the Canoe race committee, helping bring back a longstanding tradition
Heck
and
yeah.
directing this episode too.
and
Yes,
a little bit of creative
Sitting
direction
there
because
directing
I
Love
couldn't
it.
help myself.
The canoe race is also. directing.
Hey.
We realized we're missing like a project manager.
Yeah. Oh, you
Here we
found
go.
Oh,
one.
you're
Here we
like,
go.
there you go.
And we're the project.
We're the project. Yeah.
Well, that's why we hired Jay too. It takes a village.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot. We
It
love
does.
you.
Please do not on camera.
No.
Which is a great point. We need volunteers. So
Okay.
another kind of call to action.
Yep.
A lot of jobs that need to get done. It's
How old do you have to be?
18.
Ah,
You need to be
I was gonna
18.
say
Yeah.
my kid.
To volunteer, not so much. Under 18 can volunteer.
They
But to
can?
participate, you gotta be 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless parents sign like a liability waiver on behalf of their kids. That's a different
So
I
story.
wonder if
kids
I get
can
my
volunteer.
son and his friends to go down and volunteer.
That'd be great.
It'll be a fun day.
15.
Yeah.
How does somebody go about that? Just contact you guys and say, "Hey, I want to volunteer." And
The website
Yeah.
is
The
the
website
best
is-
place for everything. Our man right here has built a lovely website that
What,
is
tell us what it is.
look
Shout
at
out,
that.
shout out Wix.
Shout out Wix,
Yeah,
one of our sponsors today for this episode.
Or if they'd like to be a sponsor,
I
of
wish.
races, we're happy to take your sponsor. NaplesCanoeRaces.com.
Yeah.
Under the Get Involved tab, you'll see information on sponsorships, on vendor registration. All the info's there. Volunteering, of course, same thing. It's pretty open what you want to do. We need people in the water on kayaks as a safety team.
Okay.
Check-in, registration, beer pourers. We need the beer guys, things
Yeah.
Beer
like that.
drinkers.
So, beer drinkers, that's a great
Yeah.
volunteer position.
Yeah.
Plenty of them there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, like you said, it's a community event. It takes a village. We need as much help as we can get. So
Yeah.
by all means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's truly a community event because, the amount of times we've gotten stopped by local, anyone that has any type of position in the city has their own anecdote about it.
Yeah.
So the amount of times we've gotten stopped and said, "Oh, this one time I did this and this," and it's really been shocking the amount of people. You would be surprised the people that have come up and talked to us about their different memories. A unnamed police officer said that he used to be a part of the problem and now he's part of the solution.
Yeah.
And one of the city council members said that when he was 14 he was driving his boat around going to this event. And,
Burn.
yep. Yep.
I know.
I mean, no.
Burn would love a shout out. That's awesome. No, it is a special event. I'm excited to see it come to life. Do you guys have a cap on how many participants can race?
Our number's 320 racers.
Wow.
That's assuming 40 boats per heat. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
40 entries in the first two, 80 racers in the other 3 canoe races.
And how
That's
are
our cap.
signups right now? Are you guys?
We're trickling in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
they're
getting there.
trickling in. We have a lot of media planned over the next month and things like that to try and boost that as well.
So this might be an off-air question, but I'm going to ask it. What if somebody comes to the event and like thought they were just going to stop by and they're like, I want to race. Are you doing day of signups?
You know, that's a funny thought. Only because we will have our inventory of canoes. It's not a. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might not be able to guarantee like T-shirts, but maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we end up with extra boats and somebody wants to jump in, quick exchange, why not?
We're going to try and be flexible to it. They're going to obviously need to sign a waiver and things
You
like
guys
that.
provide the canoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The boats? Huh.
There is for the paddle boards, the stand-up paddle boards, people are bringing their own. For the canoes, we are providing our own canoes.
Cool.
Yeah, Estero River Outfitters is partnering with us on this.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Estero River Outfitters.
Yeah.
Another one of our sponsors
Another one of our
today.
sponsors.
We have so many plugs on this show. It's just the best for everybody.
So what do you see this, year after year now? Is this something you want to build on and then continue to bring it back every year?
Absolutely.
This isn't just a one-time shot.
No, definitely not.
This is a long-term play for you guys.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the inaugural race, the lore behind it is it was a way to blow off steam, celebrate the end of a first season in business, first year of the dock being open. I subscribe to that. Our season just ended. We want to celebrate our season as well.
Yeah.
It is for the local businesses to share in that. Big collective. Oh, man, we did it! Wow, that was
Man,
wild.
Yeah.
It's
we
another
get our
year.
town back.
Exactly.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think it's going to be a huge success.
And it'll be nice next year having a little bit more runway. This year
Right.
we got approval in April. So
March 3rd. Yeah. When we officially got.
Well, April sounded
city
better.
I mean,
approval.
that's a huge and quick turnaround. So I really applaud you guys for, first of all, even giving a crap about it, number one, and then two, actually doing the work to get it on its feet.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
we support you 100%.
Thank you. Thank
very
you.
nice.
And we
We
look
appreciate
forward
it.
to going.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
anything else that you think the people need to know? Anything you want to add here?
The sooner you sign up, the better. That'd be really helpful for us
Yeah.
to get some numbers.
Yep.
We want to see some more first responders. We've had a few firefighters and police officers. No one from emergency services yet. So we want to see those guys. It's just as much for them.
What about retired first responders? I have a few that I know
I don't have a
that are
feeling.
really
if they still
athletic,
represent.
and I mean they've done
I think
like,
we'd
from
definitely
here.
be open to that.
Yeah.
We're just trying to celebrate first responders in general. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be not an issue at all.
I know like a retired firefighter who would be all over this. I think he retired a couple years ago, but lived in Naples most of his life.
Yeah.
So
Show the young bucks how it's done.
yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
I love it. Lance, anything else for you?
No.
Are you going to sign up?
for the canoe races? I will go.
I mean, we're definitely going. I'm gonna have to pick which thing I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be in the
That was
boat.
that was a perfect example
Yeah.
though of like this whole process. We've tried to be really open about this and like take a lot of other people's opinions into consideration. And at the end of the day, this is a community event, and so we want to make sure that the community likes it. And that's
Yeah.
really our goal here,
Yeah.
is just to make sure everyone's happy with it.
I mean, everyone loves
We
Baker
have
Park.
a question from the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think more of a roast.
Yeah, you don't want to do a little me and you canoeing? You in the you in the back, me in the front. Power team.
Oh yeah, power team it.
All that CrossFit for nothing, man.
I feel like you would just tell me what to do. You would just.
Well, maybe you'd win.
We were getting some B-roll at the Conservancy for our promo video.
Or tell me what I was doing wrong.
Yeah. And as we get into the canoe, he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to be a canoe kayak tour guide." I'm like,
Yeah,
I didn't
great.
realize I had the expert here with
Yeah.
me. Jeez.
I'm sure. You guys aren't competing though, right? Or are you?
I feel like we have to.
I kind of think you have to too.
we
Okay, I didn't
have
want to say
yeah.
it, but
I'd
I'm
like to. That's the. I mean,
yeah. If
it's
we get
always-
enough volunteers, these guys can actually
Rachel,
compete.
are you going to do it?
Somebody's got to work the event.
True.
No?
That was a cop out.
You guys don't have any canoe race stories you want to share?
Oh, that's a good one. Rachel's coming to every production day from now on. Her
No.
and
That
Jay
was
are power
actually
team.
Jay's
Natalie,
question.
I was-
what
oh,
can I share?
Natalie's
What
story.
can't I share?
Oh, any stories? I think I took my first Jello shot at a canoe race.
There we go. We've heard a lot of those types of stories.
Fell
for
in
sure.
love with them and don't remember the rest of the day. No,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding. One of my best friends' mom used to manage the dock since we were kids. So there were a few years there where we were asked to be volunteers, and it was honestly such a fun time.
Yeah.
And I know that it's, again, probably going to be because you're there and you're helping out, but you're also seeing everybody you know, and it's just a fun day. And
Is
that
your
was
friend-
at 15.
You're referring to Ginger?
No.
No, okay. Somebody else's
Who?
mom was doing something with the canoe races.
Liz
Don't
Brown.
use that term lightly around me.
Liz Brown is my friend. She's now in the Rotary Club with me, and her mom is Dee Dee Brown.
Dee Dee Brown. Okay, yeah. So Dan Brown. No, Dan Grooms. Sorry, Dan Grooms. I apologize. I got your name wrong. He was a part of the organizing group.
There's
before.
so many. I mean,
There's
that's
a lot of people involved.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Great Naples Canoe Races.
Where can
Am I
they go
saying
again?
To the website.
Naples.
NaplesCanoeRaces.com.
Yep.
NaplesCanoeRaces.com.
Or at
And we'll
Naples
post the
Canoe Races.
information too.
Yeah.
You guys have an awesome logo. You're going to have t-shirts. I'm so excited to see all the content from this event because
June
I will be
14th.
there. June 14th. It's a Saturday.
Flag Day.
Performance by Moonstone Writers.
Yes.
They're going to be
Moonstone
headlining
Riders.
for us.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Maddie Jolie is going to do our opening act.
Nice.
Putting them out there.
Like
They-
Star Spangled
sing the
Banner.
national anthem?
National anthem.
We do have a national anthem singer.
Yeah, we do. She's fantastic. Yeah.
Amazing. So you didn't have a dress rehearsal before the actual day.
Yeah. So setup is the day before. That's where the tents are coming in, all the big stuff. Vendors are invited to set up the day before if they want to close up their booths. We'll have our safety meeting at the mini bar that evening as well. That's where racers are going to pick up their
For
packets.
volunteers. Yeah.
And for volunteers. So, yeah, dress rehearsal, if you will, is
I'm
June
definitely
13th.
sending volunteers down. So
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nothing like a dress rehearsal on Friday the 13th. Bless your
At a
heart.
bar.
I love it
Yeah.
so much.
thank you guys very much for coming in. I do
Yeah.
appreciate it and looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun event.
Yeah, couldn't do it without you.
Thank you guys
Morgan
for
Layton,
having us.
Matt
We
Young.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for
We
having us.
Yeah,
We'll
no
see
problem.
you there.
See you there.
Live streaming the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you
Jay's
have to.
going to be doing something if he's not canoeing with me.
Yeah, Jay, are you
He would
racing?
crush it.
I feel like this is like right up your alley.
Totally.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we'll get
figure
him
it out.
there. Let's get
I'm gonna head to the website and
We'll
see what's
start-
what.
You're going to
Could someone-
stream
could someone
from
pick
a
up
canoe.
Jay's initiation fee?
Yeah.
One of our many sponsors.
Yes, exactly. Wix, you got that one?
Yeah. Where's Wix?
Where's Wix?
Yeah. Thank you guys for having us. We really appreciate this. We're just trying to get the word out at this point. And
Yeah.
This helps us immensely. So
Yes, please,
Awesome.
if you're watching this video, please share this with a friend on Instagram. This is an event for families, for first responders, for everyone in Naples.
The community.
For the
Community, it's what
community.
we're all about.
If everybody loves Naples, you better love the canoe races.
Ooh, there it is.
Trademark. Yeah.
She just wanted that soundbite. All right. Thank you very much.